This might be the most important video you ever watch in your entire life, because I'm going to unlock how to find your path in this crazy world. If you're a high school or a college kid, young adult, an adult that's lost their way, you're just burdened by stress, anxiety, depression, you do not feel like you fit in this world, you feel like you're just a number. If you are looking for hope, literally looking for hope because you feel like there is none, you do not believe that there is somebody out there who can meet your needs, help you, guide you, solve your problems, you just think that the whole world is just some rigged thing against you, this message is what I'm bringing to you. I'm bringing to you to the people who are just lonely. You stay inside your house all day. You don't want to talk to people. You have no reason of getting dressed or looking presentable. You have no reason to simply brush your teeth because you've just given up. You don't make your bed. You don't eat healthy because why does it matter? You'd rather die, disappear, not exist. The future does not look better, it looks worse. This is who I'm talking to. So if this is you, and you're like, geez, man, I am so cynical. I do not believe that there is a solution for my life, and I'm not ready to take responsibility for it either. In fact, it's not your fault. Let's just blame it on everybody else too, okay? So let's just say that the situations, the circumstances you're in are also not your fault. All right, where do we start? Boom! This is a fun challenge, but I have answers. And I used to be in a lot of those same situations that I just listed, and I used to think the future was going to be more bleak and worse off than the present, and I used to think the past was always better. Gee, if I could only go back to the past, nostalgia. I'm not there anymore. No, and my life is far more successful and better, and I'm happier and healthier than I've ever been in my entire life. How'd I get here? Right, that's what we want to know. And am I full of just BS? Just making this stuff up. Raleigh, you have such a good personality. You're such an optimist, so you just don't get it. No, I do get it. And I hated life, and it sucked. And so this is what changed me from the darkest of darkest days where I didn't want to get out of bed, and I felt like a loser because I was a loser. I felt incompetent, incapable. I had no self-esteem. I had social anxiety. I didn't even like looking people in the eyes when I talked to them. I didn't like talking to strangers. I didn't like trying new things. I wouldn't even just enjoy myself, right? So what did I do? Okay, this video's already 3 minutes long. First step to understanding. Now, whether you want to be a doubter, hater, non-believer, but you got to understand this. This is the first step, okay, to getting to where you need to be. First step is my understanding. I'll talk from the perspective of me. My understanding is I am created in the likeness of God. Okay, I'm created in the likeness of God. What does that mean? The likeness of God means that I am more like God than I am less like Him. That's what likeness is. You're more alike than different. That's interesting, okay? The Bible says that we were created in the likeness of God, which means we are more like God than we are different from God. That proposes a question. The question is, what about me is like God? Because I got to be in His likeness. Now, how do I know the word likeness is more like God, and how do I know what likeness is defining? The parameters. Well, when you read further along in Genesis, you read that Adam has a son that was in his likeness. Father, son. If father, son is likeness, if that's the likeness meter, okay, father, son, then that means that God, us, is under the same likeness meter. That means we are very, very similar to God in a lot of ways. Fascinating. Okay, so you have been created in the likeness of God. This means that you, without education, without parents, without the influence of the world, without any sort of help, you have the likeness of God inside of you. You just don't know what it is. Now we have to go on an adventure to find out what that is. But you have it. You're born with it, empowered by it. Society has told you until you get a 4-year degree, an 8-year degree, until you make money, until you do this or that, your value is less than, right? It's the doctor who has more value than the person working at the burger joint. It's the couple who have 3 kids and they're living the American dream. They have more value than the single person who can't even get a date. That's how this social structure is built. The Bible says, no. Your value was given to you upon birth. You were born with it. No one can take it away, and no one's going to add to it, because no one can add to the likeness of God. I mean, how are you going to do more than what God already did? Made you in his likeness. You can't get any more than that. Okay? So you are enough. This is the point. The starting point is you are enough. With your depression, anxiety, frustration, hate, anger, loneliness, the darkest moments, you still have everything you need. Okay? You just don't know what it is. Imagine living in a car your entire life and never knowing you can turn it on and drive it. Imagine living in a car, not having the keys, not having any gasoline, and it just sits there. And you think that's your house. So you sleep in it every night. You go home to it, you go out in the world and play, you come back to it, but never have you gone to explore the car to see if it needs gasoline and some keys so that you can actually use it as a vehicle to get you where you want to go. You literally are living inside your body and you have no idea how to drive it. Okay? So the first premise we need to understand is you're in the likeness of God, which means you have it. So now what is it? That's what we need to figure out. What is it? Okay. There's a word called talent. Talent is a stupid word. Dumb. Because what talent does is it cuts people out. People go, oh, that person's talented. And then what you think is you're not talented. And so then you don't think you have it. Wait a second. Didn't I just say you have it? You have it. You just don't know what it is. So talent is when a person is using the vehicle. That's what talent is. Talented people use the vehicle. They use the giftings that they were born with. That's what we describe as talent. So the reason why we call it talent is because it seems as if those people didn't have to try hard or work for it. And that's not necessarily true. Actually, true talent is taking that which you were given at birth and then honing it, working with it, learning to sharpen your sword, essentially, and make it even more useful. Untalented people, they don't even have the first starting point, which is they actually have a gifting. They have a gift set. They don't even start there, and then they don't even try to make it better. Talented people know they have it, now they make it better. There's a difference. So what is the skill set, the gifting, the likeness? What is the likeness I was born with? All right. There's a book I read on basically how to stop managing your business. And I don't remember, it's something about like first break all the rules or something like that is the name of the book. And they basically say that you need to hire employees who are self-accountable, because self-accountable employees don't need to be managed. How do you find a self-accountable employee? Well, you find somebody who naturally does the very thing you want them to do. These are people who wake up in the morning and just do the thing, right? So like, let's say you own a cleaning service and you have a bunch of, jobs, and it's going to involve sweeping floors and mopping. Well, all you got to do is find a person who wakes up in the morning and loves sweeping the floor and mopping it and loves having a clean floor. You find that person will just do the job. You don't have to manage them. You find somebody who doesn't even like to sweep floors and mop, and then you hire that person, you're going to have to manage them to sweep the floor and mop the floor. So there's people who wake up and they just have this inner drive to just do this thing. Everyone has it. I was watching a movie. It's called something called Making Greatness. It's with has Wayne Gretzky in it, Jerry Rice. I think it has Pele in it, and a couple other people. And I don't know the title of the movie, but there's a documentary that talks something about greatness, finding greatness or something like that. And through the whole movie, you basically come to the idea that there's basically these two things that really make greatness. But I think this is what makes talent. So this is going into what is the thing you have. There needs to be an obsessive desire daily to do whatever it is this thing is. And there needs to be this obsessive desire, but it's really an obsessive rage that if you were not to do it, you would be so angry, you'd get enraged for not doing it. That's like Wayne Gretzky having to play hockey. Like, he didn't want to go to the movies with his friends, he just wanted to hit hockey pucks. Okay, so there's this obsessive rage. All right, me making this video right now, giving you information that I've collected, consolidated, connected dots. This is something I have to do. If I do not do this thing, I get so angry. I feel like my life is wasted. Why even wake up tomorrow? It's pointless and meaningless. Because what I love to do is take ideas, consolidate them, simplify them, find clarity, reconcile them, and then deliver those ideas. That's what I just love to do. I just love doing it. If you know me, I need somebody to call on the phone and say, hey, I got this great idea, let me tell you about it. I have to have somebody I can share ideas with. If I do not have somebody to share ideas with, they just stay inside me. It drives me crazy. So that's what this video is me taking all these ideas, putting them together and being like, yo, you need to hear about them because I don't have anyone to phone call right now. An obsessive rage. There is something inside of you that has an obsessive rage inside you that says, I need to do this thing every single day. And if I did this thing, I would be no longer angry, okay? That's a weird way of going about it because everyone wants to make everything cuddles and fun and find your passion. No, okay? That's just stupid crap because what happens with people chasing their passion is they start comparing everything against each other. And they start going, well, that person's passionate about shoes. I kind of like shoes. Maybe I'll try that passion. No, okay? Chase after the things that piss you off, all right? Because that's telling you something, okay? Don't chase after the things that make you happy. The things that piss you off are the things that you know, okay, I don't want this to happen in my life. It pisses me off. Then solve that problem. Much better way of doing things. You know, if you hate camping, right? You go camping and you're like, man, I hate sleeping on the ground. I don't like tents. I don't like sleeping in sleeping bags. It's like you need to know that. So that it's not that I hate the location I'm in. I hate mountains. I hate trees. I hate, nature. It's not that. It's I hate sleeping in tents and sleeping in sleeping bags and dealing with bugs. Great. Then do something different to get the same experience. That's what you need to understand. There's another way of achieving the same experience, just done differently. That's the process. That's what talent is. When you look at talented people, let's talk about athletes. Talented athletes find a way of playing the same game, same sport, but they do it differently that meets their desires. Basically, to calm or alleviate the rage, the obsessive rage they have. Like, imagine if Stephen Curry, the greatest three-point shooter alive, imagine if he was never allowed to shoot a basketball. That'd drive him crazy. I just read an article on Kevin Durant, and supposedly when he went to college, I believe it is, he always had to shoot a basketball whenever he found a basketball. He'd just shoot the hoop. And basketball would just drive the coaches insane because he can't just keep shooting basketballs at the end of basketball games. Like, he needs to rest. And so there was like rules on like how he was allowed to, shoot basketballs at the end of games because he had this obsession that's like, I just have to do this thing. And if I can't do it, it's going to frustrate him. You have something inside you that's just like, I have to do this thing or it's going to enrage me. You do. You have that thing. And you would have to say that. It's interesting because I've seen tons of people who have this. Society squishes that and says like, you shouldn't listen to that thing. Don't listen to it. Stop it. Don't try it. Society says, oh, you're not good enough for it. You're not there yet. You should. But you're born with it. You're born with this desire to just do this thing. And look at a toddler and look at how they have meltdowns and the things that drive them crazy. I have two toddlers, two boys. One just loves fire trucks. Just loves them. Loves fire trucks to a degree that he'll have a temper tantrum over fire trucks. Another one loves animals. Loves bugs, loves insects, loves animals. And he just wants to know what they eat. He'll get furious if he cannot figure out or learn what animals eat. Like, he just wants to know, like, what do mountain lions eat? What do bears eat? What do frogs eat? And if I be like, all right, dude, it's enough, he gets mad. No, I have to know. I have to know what it eats. tells you what's driving them and where they're going. It points you in the direction and says, wow, this person has this level of curiosity they need to know. Wow, this person is so fascinated by fire trucks that they just need to see fire trucks every single day. Talk about fire trucks, hear fire trucks, listen to fire trucks, save people, pretend like there's fires going on and pretend they're putting out fire. Like they just need to do that. There's this obsessive rage inside of them to the point that they'll have a temper tantrum over it, and it makes no sense. As an adult, we still have temper tantrums. But what we do is we tell ourselves that these temper tantrums are bad. In society, we say, oh, you shouldn't have temper tantrums. So what we do is, instead of doing the very thing this temper tantrum is driving us towards, we drink alcohol to suppress it and be like, you know, I was never meant to be a singer. I was never meant to be a musician. We do drugs to pretend like it doesn't exist. We binge watch TV to just burn time so that we can't invest in the thing that we just are so obsessed about. Because some of our obsessions are silly. Like some people just want to walk around in a park and just look at flowers. And they think, well, there's no value to that, so why should I do it? You should do it. Because if you don't do it, you're frustrated. So go do it. And go get better at it. And learn to grow this skill, this appreciation for beauty or nature, whatever it might be. Learn to grow it because it was given to you at birth. And then you're going to eventually be able to use it. But you cannot use a tool that is not basically made well, right? A well-made tool. It's like you can't be partially created in this gifting. You have this gifting and you've kind of used it. It needs to be honed in. It needs to be mastered. So you can take this skill set, this tool that's been given to you. You really need to master it, hone it in, craft it well, so that when opportunity presents itself. So now this is going into, okay, we know that we have this thing. Some of you might have to still think about what is this thing. It does exist because you're made in the likeness. But then why? Why do I want to hone this thing? Raleigh, what good can come from walking around in the park and smelling flowers? Like what good can come? That's my thing. Let's just say that's the talent. It's like a useless talent. Like I'm just going to walk around a park and smell flowers. That's what I love doing every single day. I just got to do it. Otherwise I get upset. Okay. Don't ask that question, what is the value of it? The value of it is happiness and joy. The value of it is that it serves you. The value of it is that there's something there to be understood. The value of it is that God gave it to you, thus you should experience it, and it was given to you for experience. Then, when you hone it and you get really good at it, opportunity will present itself that skill set will be used in. The opportunity never presents itself before you're ready. Because before you're ready, you don't see the opportunity. So opportunity presents itself after you are prepared. That's the key. Your preparation is key. The opportunity presents itself. Okay, now let's go back to my story. This is a long video. I am in the lowest point of my life, but I love thinking deeply. I'm not a superficial person, so when I meet somebody, I just pour it all on. It's very offensive. I chase after the right answer, which is really the best answer. I don't care about being right. I just want a productive answer, an answer that works. A lot of people don't care about all that stuff. I obsess over ideas until I find clarity and simplicity in ideas. I just obsess over it. No one wants to talk about these ideas as much as I do. This has allowed me to become an entrepreneur and to take a business and just grind away at this business until I get it so dialed in that now, present day, I am free of this business and it's operating and running without me. That's what this gifting has done. I had no idea how it was going to be used. All I did was said, okay, I'm in the gymnastics industry, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to become really good at what I do inside the gymnastics industry, and then I'm going to see where it takes me. And I'm just going to keep betting better and better and better and take the way I do things, the way I obsess about stuff, and I'm just going to keep putting it into the gymnastics industry. And then I will see where it goes. I'll see where it goes. And it's got me here. All right? I don't know where it was going to take me. It's taken me here. Now I'm at this point where I'm going, okay, there's other people that just need to be set free of this, say, the chains that are binding you and holding you back from your true self, your authentic self. And I'm just like, man, I want to share this story and get it out there. I don't know how to get it out there other than make a video and post it. But it's like, this video might reach one person and this video might reach 0 people. I don't even care about that. Because honestly, I have to take these ideas and get them out of me. That's just what I do. So even if nobody watches this video, which is awesome, It's like therapeutic for me to just talk into a camera, share ideas, even if nobody who watches the video. I feel good about it. I like the fact that I created this video. 19 minutes long. Nobody's going to watch it this long. I don't care. This is what I do. And if I weren't to do this, I would be frustrated as I'm going on this very long drive back to my business on my monthly trip to check in and see how things are going. Okay, so opportunity will present itself after you start mastering yourself. Now, there is a parable given in the Bible. It talks about the parable of talents, which is money. But it basically goes to the idea of this. There's a boss, okay, and he has 3 employees, and he's going on a vacation. And so he gives his employees some money to hold on to and protect while he's away, and they'll bring it back to him when he's gone, or when he comes back. So he leaves, and one employee takes the money and buries it in the ground to keep it safe. Another employee takes the money to the bank so he can earn a little bit of interest on it. And another employee takes the money and goes to the marketplace and takes risk. When the owner comes back, the boss comes back, he asks for his money. The one buries it from the ground and says, here's your money. It's the same amount of money you gave me, I'm giving you. He thinks the owner, the boss, should be happy. Boss is not happy. He's mad. He goes to the other employee, he goes from the bank, he says, I took it to the bank, I got a little bit of interest. Boss not really happy, not impressed, okay? It's the employee that went to the marketplace, that took the money to the marketplace. He goes and brings the money to the boss and says, hey, I'm bringing you more money, like significant, I don't know if it's like 3 times more, but he's bringing him significant more money. And the boss is well pleased and is like, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Here's the point. You were given a gift, the most valuable gift, your life. You were given a gift in this time and place with these opportunities, with everything around you, given it. It's all a gift to you, and you see it as hell maybe right now. Right now you go, this is hell. That's only because you don't understand how it'll play the game according to how you were created. It turns very quickly into heaven once you understand what you're supposed to do with your gift. But you're given a gift, and you're either burying it in the ground by staying in your bedroom all day or binge watching Netflix, wasting it away, or you're playing it safe. You're just doing what you're supposed to be doing because everyone told you that's what you're supposed to do, taking very little risk. Or you could go take your gift set and go just risk the heck out of it and say, you know what, I'm just going to go do things that make my gifting better. I'm just going to apply myself. People go, well, there's no money in that. There's no purpose in that. It's meaningless. It doesn't matter because you're going to hone your craft, because you're going to hone yourself. And then the opportunity will present itself, and I guarantee you that opportunity that presents itself will bring value to your life abundantly more than you can ever imagine, just like it did to my life. But it's not going to get there if you don't hone your craft, if you don't build your skill set. It's not going to get there. It's impossible. You're created in the likeness of God. Okay? Step 1, created in the likeness of God. Means you have a unique talent, gifting, a skill set that is a facet of who God is. You need to go master that and find whatever environment, people, places that allow you to master that gifting. And then you need to wait as you're mastering that with faith, hope, that the opportunity will present itself to put it to good use, to good work. A good tree produces good fruit. Until you become the good tree, you're not producing good fruit. Don't get greedy about the fruit. Get greedy about building the tree, and the fruit will come, guaranteed. But when you don't have the skill set, how can you contribute or collaborate to any of the problems that are going on in this world? Far too often people have the right answer and they have the thoughts and they go, yeah, I know what to do, but they don't know how to execute upon it. And so it just turns into gossip. That's what a lot of activism is. That's what a lot of the news is. That's what a lot of people's ideas are. It's just gossip. Here's another fact of information that I'm not going to do anything with. The thing is what are you going to be impactful on? How are you going to take this gifting that God gave you and impact the world in it? Well, you're going to impact it first by mastering it. And that's by really taking time for yourself to get healthy and be ready for whatever presents itself. That's why I'm making this video. I am starting off the process of making these videos. I don't care if no one sees them. I'm going to just start sending this message out into the universe because that's where I'm at right now in my life. So there you go. I hope you're inspired. There's tons of hope for you. Love you all. I don't even know who you are, but much love sent your way. Bye.